Hey guys, welcome to a new edition in my channel. It's called Queen's Sofa Podcast, where we come together, we chit chat, we debate, we have conversations about anything, and we obviously have our wines. Cheers. And obviously, we have conversations, we have our wines, and we drink, and we just are open. Obviously, during this podcast, obviously, it might get heated. We might have tears. We might be angry. We might get frustrated.
No tears from
yeah. However, it's all in good spirits. It's all, we're just having a chit chat. We're not taking anything to heart. We're just having open conversation, and that's what I want to put out there. So this is the first video, and this video is all about, hold on, let me just check my phone, guys, sorry. So the question is, or is it a question or a statement? The statement is liking other people's pictures cheating? That's not the one, is it?
No.
My bad. It's not that one. Who should pay on a date?
That's the one.
That's the question. So the question is, who should pay on a date? Do you want to go first? Or should I? Because I already know the answer to that.
Go on. We'll let the ladies go first.
Thank you. So, personally, I feel like a man should pay on a date. I just don't... It's been like that for many, many years since. I feel like a guy should be the one to pay on the date. It's just it's a nice gesture, like, to show to the girl, like, I'm going to pay for the date. And it's not even just a gesture thing. It's just like, you're a man. You should pay the date. You should pay the first date.
I agree with you in what I'm going to say is most circumstances. Mm-hmm. So if I'm a guy, I come up to you, I make the approach, I ask you out on a date, then yeah, cool. It's cool that for me to be expected to pay for that. Fine. So we're going to put that scenario, we're going to put that to the side. Mm-hmm. But it's 2026, people. Yeah? And we all know that sometimes some of these girls be coming up to you asking you on dates. We know this, yeah? Like, it's just the fact of the matter.
I know where this is going.
Some girls, they're approaching mandem now. We know this. So, what about in the scenario where the girl is actually the one who has made the first move? And she's saying something like, and she's the one putting the... what's the word I'm like? She's the one pushing for the date,
yeah.
Then she's taking him out, no?
Okay, let's be no. I know where you're going with this. If she's pushing for the date, then she should pay for the date. No.
Why not?
No, because as a man, if you accept it, fair enough. Like, pay for it. Do you know what I mean?
But why? Hang on a second.
So you're gonna sit your backside in that chair in the restaurant.
If you've approached me,
basically allow that girl to pay.
If you've approached me for the date, that means you like me more than I like you. Because I'll be real, yeah. I'll be real. Most times, if a guy likes a girl, he's gonna make his move. Give him a period of time, like within an appropriate period of time. I don't know what the setting is, like whatever the situation is, how you guys are kind of interacting. Like if it's a one-off, let's say you guys are out you're out in a lounge, club, bar, wherever the case may be, right? Party, something. If the guy's if I see you and I'm feeling you, I'm going to approach you. Maybe not immediately, like second I've seen you, I'm going straight over, but I've clocked you, and within the next half hour or so, I'm gonna strike up a conversation, right? Mm-hmm. So if I haven't done that, if it's a case where I haven't seen you yet and you're coming up to me, then if you're coming up to me, you're already showing your hand. You're already showing your hand. You've come up to me. I haven't shown interest yet. So
Then say no.
then you're leading it. So
Then
it's
say
on
no.
you. No.
Say
You're leading
no.
it. You're
If
coming
you're-
up to me. You're saying, hi, yeah, all that kind of stuff.
If you're
And I'm
not
chatting.
interested, if you are not interested in the girl, why go on the date? Just don't go on it. Like, you shouldn't go on it, period. Lol, he's moved there. Yeah, that's fine.
Nah, it's not a case of, no. It's not a case that I'm not interested. All right, but look. All right. When a guy goes out on a date with a girl, let's think about it. Let's take it back. History and all that, people, yeah? Right. Why should the man pay for the date? If we think about it, it comes from the fact that the man is expected to provide for the woman financially, yeah?
Well, exactly, yeah.
But we know that
man.
the stats show that in 2026, yeah, a lot of women are making more money than men these days, yeah? So that's no longer valid. It's no longer the same thing. The man should not... Why should the man always, in every case, especially when the woman has approached the man, why should the man be expected to pay on the first date? Because she's approached him, so you've already shown me your interest. So as far as I'm concerned, you're moving to me now. You're trying to impress me. Normally, the man is trying to impress the woman. That's why I'm going to take you to a nice restaurant. I'm going to make sure that, you know, in good condition, nice clothes, I've had a trim. I'm going to make sure that, you know, my car's cleaned. I'm going to make sure that, you know, it's a nice restaurant, all that setting.
And she's basically going to do the same process as well.
Okay, cool. But I'm the one who's kind of... But me moving to you, you already know that I have already qualified. Especially, I'll be real. I'm taking you on a date, yeah? That means I already see something more. Because I'll be real, I don't take girls on dates like that, yeah? If I'm being honest, it's...
He isn't that
come round the yard. That's it. Come yard. Right? That's standard. So if I'm taking you on a date, in my head, I've already qualified you to the point where I'm kind of taking you seriously. I see something different in you than what I see in most girls that I come across. So I've already qualified you in that sense. So that means that you've already impressed me. Now, cool, okay, fine. You still have to look nice and all that, but you've already impressed me. It's now my job to impress you, hence why we're going to a nice restaurant. I'm wearing nice clothes. I've had a trim. I'm making sure I'm smelling nice. I'm making sure my car's clean. I'm going to make sure that I have the money to pay as well at the end. Yeah, so I'm going to pay at the end. Because I'm trying to show you that, yo, this is what life is like with me. This is what life is like with me. Hence why another thing as well, boys, yeah? Don't be going on dates that you can only afford once. Because how you start, yeah, as soon as it stops in your relationship, the girl's going to be like, yo, what happened? Yeah, so... Don't set the standard at a standard that you can't maintain, yeah, but that's another topic for another day. Point is, I'm trying to show you this is what life is like with me. So if you're with me, this is going to be your standard experience. This is what it's going to be like, right? But no, when you've made the first approach now, that's different. You have already qualified me, especially for a girl to approach a guy. You must really rate me as well. So I know you're feeling me, innit? You're starting conversation. You're coming on to me. You are feeling me. So now you impress me. You impress me.
What? By paying for the date?
Yeah. Show me how you're going to improve my life.
No.
That's it. No, I'm joking. I'm not saying that. But you... Hey, look, in my opinion, yeah, in life, you should... What's the word I'm looking for? You should... I'm trying to think of the right way to say it. You should take whatever W you can in life. So what I mean by that is this.
Yeah,
if you're a guy and you can go out with a pretty girl and have a nice meal and you don't have to pay for it, take advantage of that. Like, girls have been doing it since the beginning of time. So... Because, you know, some girls will go out on dates. We all know some girls will go out on dates with guys that they have no interest in. They will go out because they want the experience. They want nice meals. They want to take a nice photo of just a plate with, you know, that small little dessert on it or whatever it is. Yeah, we all know girls will do that and have no interest in the guy. So, boys, take a leaf out of their playbook, innit? You do that. If a girl is willing to spend on you, let her spend. Let her spend. Let her spend. No problem.
Don't listen. First of all, I genuinely feel like any circumstances it is, yeah, you accepted to go on a date with that girl, regardless if she asks you or if... And anyways, I don't even know if girls
girls do.
on the first time
girls
asking a
do
guy
ask.
to go on a date,
Girls do
you
ask.
shouldn't look too desperate. But anyways,
Hey, it's 2026 now.
Anyways, I feel like a guy should just take that responsibility and pay for the meal. Like, it's a first date. Do you know what I mean?
Right, so
you want to impress. You want to impress. You don't want to look like, you don't. I don't know how to explain it, but I just don't feel like as a man you should allow a girl on the first date to pay for the meal, and it's especially because some girls out here be insinuating, oh, I'll pay for it. If she says that on the phone, don't allow her to pay for it. That's a trick. It's a trick. She's tricking you because she wants to see if you will allow her to pay. If you make her pay, then you're never getting that second date, and I'll tell you that for free.
So alright, so what you're describing is this: I've asked you out on a date. We're on a date. Check comes and it's like, oh, do you want me to pay? Because I always say this as well. I always say this, yeah. A girl should at least offer to pay or split the bill. She should offer it, yeah. She should offer it out of politeness, yeah. She should offer, and then I'll say it's cool. I've got it, right? If I've been on 2-3 dates with you, yeah. Let's say I've even gone that. I've been on 2-3 dates with you, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you haven't even at least once pretended to reach in your purse and pretended like you're okay paying half. If you haven't even pretended, like, nah. Now, look, ultimately, I'm going to say, no, it's cool. I've got this. I'll say that if I've asked you on a date. I'll say that. But it's always, I appreciate the gesture. Having said that, if you've asked me on a date, how are you going to ask me on a date? Say, because we're doing what you want to do now. Yeah, because you've asked me on a date. You've asked me to go, let's go here. I like this restaurant. Let's go here. Okay, cool. We go there. I don't know this restaurant. You said this restaurant. Cool. I go there now. I'm sat there. And now you've suggested everything. You've come up with the plan. You've suggested where we're going. And now you want me to pay for it. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, you should. And a girl shouldn't feel like, oh my God, they need to offer. Because that statement that you said about, a girl should offer. No,
because that's what you were saying when it's like, you were saying it's a trick, right?
Yeah, it is a trick, but most girls wouldn't. And even if we're looking in our bags, we're not looking for money. We are looking for our lip gloss to top up.
No.
Or foundation.
No. I'm saying they're making it clear that they're offering. I'm saying, do you want me to?
No.
Yeah. It's a bit like, all right. So for example, one time,
okay.
Let me do it. So one time, I was linking this girl. Now this wasn't really a kind of a serious thing because I'll be like, it was more of like, I just met her. Dropped her a message, said, let's go like Krispy Kreme or something, right? So we went there and I paid for that one. But that's minor because it's not really like a restaurant or whatever. Yeah. Right? So I paid for that. That's cool. The next time we went somewhere, can't remember where we went somewhere, but I drove as well. I drove us to where we went to that time as well. The next time we went somewhere, I think we went to like, again, because this wasn't a serious thing. So we went to like something really like, it's like a Five Guys or something like that.
Yeah.
And that time I came to her house, picked her up, and she offered to drive because she drove as well. So she was like, I can drive us as well. That's I'd almost say that's like a test as well. Okay, because she did not want to drive.
Yeah, because she didn't want to be a passenger patient.
Now, so I was like, okay, cool. You know what? This girl's actually showing that she's invested into this situation as well. So I gave her like
because she
credit
wanted to drive you.
Because I was like, because she's investing. She's putting her petrol money and she's putting her, So it's like, cool.
Well, I didn't tell you to get a car.
No. So I was like, no. So I was like, I appreciate that, but it's cool. I'll drive, no problem. Because I'm not gonna make you drive or whatever, right? But I appreciate that you're at least pretending to put some level of investment. Investments have to be equal. You have to invest equally. It's a bit, okay, I take, right. So a guy pays for the first, so a guy should pay for the first date, right? You're saying, right? Okay, cool. So if a man and a woman go on a date, and the man has to pay for the date, I'm careful how I frame this. I'm going to be careful how I frame this, innit?
Yeah.
But the man has an obligation to pay for that date. we have to be careful with what we're saying obligations are, because then if the man is obligated to pay for a date, and you do get into this, some guys will then think that they are entitled to certain things after the date.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So and you know, I don't think that a guy, personally, I'll be real, my personal view is on this. I think that when you go on a date with a girl, that you have to charge the first date. It might be an L for you. You might go out with this girl and she might not really have any interest with you. She's not really being talkative. She's just there because she wants free meal, whatever. You have to take that L. If you then ask that girl out again on a second date, that's on you. You're now wasting your own money, your own time, because she's not into you. But that first date, fine. But what I'm saying is you have to charge that. However, some guys will still go out on a second date and a third date and a fourth date. And then they'll get mad at the girl because that girl's not giving them what they want in return.
Okay, but then you shouldn't have that sort of mindset.
I agree. I think that's on the guy. I agree.
Yeah, because...
But I'm just saying that unfortunately some guys are like that. So girls, you should protect yourself from that standpoint. Because when you're into the whole, right, a man's obligated to pay, then some men will be like, so what's the woman obligated to do?
To basically be present, look pretty, make you look good on top of that, because them looking pretty makes you look like, damn, you got a fine girl. The girl is supposed to be a girl, a woman, you know? You're not supposed to expect her to, like, you know, I always say, like, for example, down the line in the relationship, like now if it's like the 5th, 4th date, fairs, maybe the girl, because now you're probably most likely deep in the relationship. Yeah, maybe now and then the girl might offer to pay, and she will actually pay because you guys are actually committed. But on a first date, you are not expecting no girl to pay because we don't know where this is going. You know what I mean? This could end very, very badly. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't pay for a first date, and I wouldn't pay for the second, and you won't see me paying for any date anyways. However, depending on how far we are in the relationship, I might pay once in a while. But you won't be seeing me every time paying for a date.
Listen, I don't think anyone is entitled to anything. I don't think the man is entitled to sex at the end, and I don't think the woman is entitled to have the man pay. I don't think... I don't think anyone is entitled to anything. Because before we start saying this should happen, that's why I brought up that, because if you say this should happen, well then the man's going to start turning around and saying, hey, well I think this should happen, I think this should happen, I think that should happen. Do you get what I'm saying? That's my point.
So then okay, hold on a second, if we're going to get to that state. So if a girl now pays for your date, you're now going to expect the girl to tell you to bend over now, so you're going to be a girl?
No.
So act like a girl? No, exactly. No. So then where are we going from it? Exactly. Absolutely not. Exactly. So if you don't want to play your role as being a woman because you're not going to pay for the bill.
No, but if she expects me to put out after the date, after she's paid, no problem.
Yeah. I'll be the woman.
She can be my sugar mummy if she wants. That's not a problem. I don't mind that. That's cool.
Nah.
Providing she's all right, like at least attractive enough.
You're crazy.
No. I'm just saying. No. I'm being a little bit jokey, but in all seriousness, I think if the man approaches the woman, the man should 100% pay for the first date, and that's what I'm saying. And you have to take the risk. She might not be interested in you. So you can't, after the first date, she might not be interested. You might have wasted your time, fine. But if you go on a second date with that woman and pay again, you can't get mad at that girl for not putting out because, bro, you should have already seen the signs that she weren't interested on the first date. That's what I say to those
sometimes it takes time. It takes time. Like,
you're at least going to see signs.
A girl don't want to come across like,
when a girl's interested in you,
of course, maybe a little peck and maybe kiss, but on the first date, a girl don't want to, show that she's too... You know what I mean? So, it's not like they don't know, because I wouldn't say that. Because I would say they might want to hold themselves. Some people's got, like, maybe, celibacy or stuff like that journey, and maybe that's not the way they want to go. They want to go in a route of, like, I want to see, like, emotionally, if we're not emotionally if we are
Fair
compatible.
enough. But we're
not
talking about the
with
majority.
physical.
The majority of people are not on a celibacy journey. Let's be real. Most girls are not.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that.
Come on, just look at look at people's socials. Yeah, come on. Like we're not. This is not a. We're not in a celibate culture.
I get
like,
it.
Some people, I get that. 10%, maybe even less than 10% of people might be on some celibacy journey. Right? Cool. Big up to them. Shout out to them. But we're talking about what the overall culture is. The overall culture, yeah, let's be honest, there's nothing wrong with a woman putting out on a first date this day and age. If a woman is interested in you, she's going to want to make it happen as soon as possible. Now, I'm not saying she's necessarily going to be forward, but if you make a move, she's going to be receptive to your advances. If she's interested in you, she's going to be receptive. So if she's not interested and she's kind of curving you, giving you the cold shoulder, bro, just move on. Allow it, charge it. You took an L for that date, you paid for it, it is what it is. But if that girl has asked you out on a date, if she's the one asking you out on a date, alright, because there's also other situations. Some girls might be clever with it. What they might do is they might approach you and chat to you. They might even ask for your number, but then when you're texting them, they might try something like, so you're going to take me out. They might say something like that, right?
Well, yeah.
But then they're asking you, are you going to take me out? So if you say yes, then you're saying, yes, I'm going to take you out. So then you do technically still have to pay. But there's nothing wrong with flipping it on her. She's saying, are you going to take me out? You going to take me out? Are you going to take me out? Why don't you come back at her and say, well, you came at me. Why don't you take me out? You come at her and say that.
Gosh.
And, go into it. Maybe that's how it is. Maybe that's what you should do, because therefore no one's confused when it comes to time to pay the bill. No one's confused because, you already set that, who's taking who out. But me personally, that's why I'll be real. And, sorry guys, but I'm gonna betray the guys right now. But girls should never ever approach a man, ever. Because this is the complicated situation you put yourself into. Trust me, if that man likes you, he'll approach you. And if he likes you and he doesn't approach you, that means he's not confident enough to approach you. So you don't want to be with him anyway. So trust me, if that man likes you, he'll approach you. So don't play yourself by approaching him, because now you're just causing confusion. You've laid your cards out on the table. You always want to be the one being chased. Yeah,
but then guys out here be acting like as if just because a girl approaches you, in a friendly basis, you now think that they're trying to move to you. Like, sometimes...
No, but I'm talking about in cases where it's clear the girl's asked for your number.
Yeah.
She's clearly flirting with you. She's stroking your beard. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, come on. It's clear that the girl's kind of into you. Then, and I'm not saying because she stroked you, obviously a bit more. I'm saying more signs. She's giving you multiple signs, right? Before someone tries saying, "Oh, I do that to my friends all the time" or whatever. I'm saying multiple signs where it's clear she's trying to flirt with you, right? Those situations, the girl is playing herself because you're laying your cards out on the table. Yeah, a girl should never. Because I'll be real. I actually think, I think that the girl should like the man more. I think the woman should like the man more than the man likes the woman in the relationship. I think it works better when the woman likes the man more than the man likes the woman. But
that's interesting.
That's what I personally think, innit? But girls will say that they want the man to like them more than they like the man. So if you're trying to show that, then why would you approach him? Whoever approaches is showing more interest. Do you know what I'm saying?
But then I feel like, it gets to I feel like throughout the relationship, obviously that would increase, because then you will somehow be in the same level of like, I feel like if I'm interested, you should also be interested. I don't feel like they should be like, I'm more interested in you than you are to me. Because then it's like, well, you weren't as confident in the beginning being with me. So...
Yeah, but two people are never going to be the same. And I'm not even saying it stays the same. It might fluctuate at different times.
No, but the thing is, when you first approach someone, there's that instant like, ooh, like, yeah, I want to know more. And you both, in the beginning, in my opinion, you both should be in the same sort of level, especially if you're flirting. It can't be like, the That's just
all right. So here's the thing then. So, all right, because I, for example, say that if a girl's interested in you, she should also be sometimes initiating conversation. She should also sometimes be, calling you or texting you first or things like that, or at least or asking you questions back as well. Or I don't know what kind of chat you're having, but she should be that's one. She should be trying to equally contribute to the conversation.
Yeah.
She shouldn't just be blunt replies, but she should be giving back, asking you back, trying to get to know you as much as you're trying to get to know her, right? So, however, though, in like the old-fashioned times and stuff like that, it was all on the man to lead. It was just all on the man. The man approached the woman would say yes or no. The man would say, yeah, okay. If she said yes, he'd say, all right, we're going here, this time, wear this, I'll pick you up at this time, right?
But we're not in standards.
But we're not in that time anymore. We're not in that time anymore. Women don't need men to be financially secure in 2026. In that era, remember, the man taking the woman out on the date comes from the time that women needed men in order to be financially stable. That's where it came from, yeah? So, it's a bit like, for example, the man proposes to the woman. The woman takes the man's surname because the man is the one providing that financial stability, yeah? So, now in 2026, it's different. The woman doesn't need the man for financial stability. People are coming in, and I hate to say, but women wanted this. This is what women wanted. So now, everyone's equals. So, if we're equals, yeah, because I'm not paid more because I'm a man versus you because you're a woman. So if we're equals, why should my money, why is it more that I should have to pay versus you having to pay? If you make the approach, you should have to pay.
Yeah, but you made a point. It's the standards that was put out there from the beginning. Like, why?
But they don't apply to now's time. That was the time. That was from the time before, the era before.
It doesn't matter. It still applies till today.
Why?
Like, you cannot expect a woman to, pay. I'm just so sorry. As a man, pay. It's small meal. Like,
okay then. All right.
Pay.
So that means then that the man, though, at the same time, you cannot complain then when later in the relationship, because he has to pay for the date. Yeah. So you should have to cook every meal at home.
Well,
if he comes back 6 p.m.
if he's providing
and dinner's not on the table by 7, he has the right to be disappointed.
If he's paying for all the bills,
I'm just saying.
If he's paying for all the bills, if he's paying for everything, all the bills, and I work and my money is my money, I don't even have to stress about this bill. If that's the case, fair.
Or I'll take it even better. Okay, cool. If he's paying for the dates and all this kind of stuff, and he's paying for the whole lifestyle, then he has the right to say, I would like you to give up your job. You need to stop working because I need you to do this in the home. You need to look after the children. You need to make sure this, and this is done. You need to make sure the house is clean. You need to make sure dinner's ready by 7 p.m. every day.
You know what? Like that. Okay, personally.
And if he says, okay, and if you say, no, but I go to work as well, he has the right to turn around and say, well, you're not paying for anything. So what's the point of you working? What's the point of you working?
Yeah,
So he has the right to say that, okay, you need to quit that job to make sure everything that you need to do is done. Yeah,
because she probably wants to have a sort of safety net.
Why do you need a safety net if I'm paying?
No, like she just wants something, because anything can happen. Things happen, and it's like,
yeah, but if we're married,
you might not. Yeah, but what if, like, God forbid, but like, what if things like turn out crazy where you're not here financially to pay and support your family, and she hasn't been working for many years? What's going to happen then? Because she left her job because you told her to leave her job. Now she's left it. And
yeah, because I needed to make all this money so I can go and pay for everything.
Okay.
Which meant that I couldn't be focused on making sure food was good. We're not sharing chores at home. You have to do all the washing, all the cooking.
She can... Okay, I feel like she shouldn't drop her job entirely. She maybe part-time. Exactly. she can do a part-time
Exactly.
while you still provide, because obviously things happen, you know.
So therefore she can part-time pay for dates.
No.
So some dates she should pay
Yeah,
for.
okay. When it's like, okay, for example, I said, yeah, sometimes, like, it depends on how long you've been dating for. Like, if you've been dating for like a year or two, yeah, there'll be some times where
Third date,
the
man.
woman,
Third date's on the girl, man.
the woman will sometimes, yeah, some people might pay on the third date. Like, it just depends how deep you are in the relationship. Then you will see, maybe she might, you know, it might be like, dates might be like, okay, yeah, it's a date. When you take her out on date, it's like once in a while. Like, it's not how it was before in the beginning, you know what I mean? It'll be like special occasions or once in a while when you guys are free, you take on dates. Like, you might...
All right, let's take this one, because this is common in 2026 as well, yeah? So you've got woman, lawyer, you know, making good money, right? She's very career oriented, all that kind of stuff. She doesn't want to give up her career, but she does want a family still.
Yeah.
So what she does is she goes and marries a guy that's, let me say, a guy that's got flexibility in his work, yeah? I'm not going to say a particular job because I don't want to be or come across. I have respect for all forms of making money, but I don't want to come across as disrespectful to any particular job or profession. So I'm not going to name any job. I'm just going to say that woman who's a high-flying lawyer, 6-figure, maybe even 7-figure salary, right? She chooses to be with a guy who has flexibility in his work, right? So they get together, they have kids, right? But now there's no point her giving up her job because she's bringing in more money. So she goes back to work now, yeah?
Yeah.
She is going to pay for the majority of stuff that happens in the relationship. But he's maybe going to be at home more. You know, ironically, he's going to be almost like a house husband. He's going to look after the kids more. He's going to pick up the kids from school. He's going to pick up because some dads are the ones who pick up the kids from school and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, when
right?
you have free times, not when you have no job and just...
No, he's not got no job. I said he's got flexibility in his job. So he can work from home. He can be flexible with his hours. Some days he's like, okay, today I have to work, don't have to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. Or I'm saying, or even take it to the start. She approaches him, because I always think, by the way, that two career-oriented people who are both career-minded and both ambitious, I don't think they're compatible to have kids. Personally, that's my personal opinion, right? Because they're going to end up having nannies for the children all the time. They're going to end up dropping their kids off here, they're not going to get to spend much time with their kids. Do you get what I'm saying? So I always think, and I'm not even saying it has to be the woman who gives up her job, but I think either the man or the woman, at least one of them has to take a step back from their career to be the primary carer. Yeah. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You're not going to bond with the kids like that. So the woman who knows that she's career oriented and is high flying, super successful, 6-7 figure salary, whatever the case may be, if she's being smart and strategic, she should actually go for a guy who she knows is more flexible in his work. So if she's going for a guy like that and she approaches him and she wants to she just becomes the quote unquote man in the relationship. She has to pay, man. That's how I look at it. She pays for the first date. You're pursuing me.
That is so crazy.
You have to buy me a Rolex.
That is.
You have to buy me a new chain.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's
pay
crazy.
for my trip.
This is why I just go for people that, you know, will almost tick or give you or provide what, you know, you want. Because personally, this is like, even this question, it's very 50-50 with the answer. Like, some people would say a woman should pay for the date, or some people would say a man should pay for the date. I generally feel like it's definitely a conversation that is very hard.
Now, I'd never say a woman should outright always pay. That's what I said. In the case with a man, and that's why it's most simple. That's why I said, look, guys, just to make it easier, girls, don't approach guys. Don't approach guys. If you are a woman, don't approach a guy. It will make your life so much more simple. Because like I said, if that man likes you, he will approach you. And if he likes you but doesn't approach you, he's not confident, so why would you want to be with him anyway? So that man will approach you, trust me. Trust and believe he will approach you if he's interested. So if he approaches you, it's all straightforward. Because I just said at the start, I said if he approaches you and asks you on a date, he 100% should pay. Of course he should pay. And that's actually how it should be. That's why I say the man should approach the woman and then pay for the date. But if you want to be a woman and mess it up by approaching the man and you make the first move, well, now you've offset the whole dynamic. You've messed up the dynamic. You know, what was working for years and hundreds of years of the man approaching the woman, you've messed that up now. So you as the woman, by deciding to approach that guy, hey, I'm within my rights. In my opinion, I'm within my rights to expect you to pull your card out at the end. Or your phone these days, isn't it? It'd be tap contactless. Like, I'm being old-fashioned even with a card. But I am within my rights to expect you to be tapping on that machine at the end. I'm not going to lie. Just my opinion, though.
Well, just his opinion.
Just my opinion. But my overall opinion is that the woman shouldn't approach the man. The man should approach the woman, and then the man should pay for the date. That's my overall opinion of how the whole scenario should go. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm saying that in the case, because unfortunately, I don't really care, but like today, it is the case often that the woman does actually approach the guy and ask the guy for a date. That does happen in 2026. So, in those circumstances, how are you going to ask me to come out and your
don't go? Like personally, I feel like you shouldn't go. No,
but why shouldn't I go? I can go get myself a nice steak or something. Why not? Hey, some girls know some nice restaurants, you know, some nice places to eat. Why shouldn't I go?
I feel like my overall opinion is
a steak on the house.
If you are thinking a woman is supposed to pay the date, stay in your blood clot house. Stay home. Don't even come on the date. Don't. Well, maybe
yourself. Maybe he doesn't have a house yet, and so by the woman
then
paying,
go back to parents.
And so the woman paying for the date helps him save for a house. No. Maybe that's how it goes, isn't it? So hey, if a woman's willing to take you out, matter of fact, she should pay for my transport as well.
You're funny. Don't listen, men out there. Don't listen what he's saying. But anyways, obviously we're gonna end this because it's like. Obviously, we've said our opinions. You guys let us know who should, pay for a date. Like, who should pay for the date? Is it the man? Is it the woman?
Let us know who's right and wrong.
Let us know, your opinions.
Yeah. What do you agree with?
What you agree with is just let us know. And
yeah. Do you agree 100%, 50%? Do you disagree 100%? Let me know. Let us know.
You know our opinions. We've said our opinions and we've said what we feel. You guys let us know. And that's us. See you guys on the next podcast. Bye.
Take it easy.